states and Puerto Rico and D.C., which, let's be clear, should be states. Tens of thousands of Americans of conscience are banding together for one reason: to stop the assault on reproductive freedom and justice, to stop the latest attack on women's rights, and to stop the bans on abortion. We stand together to call out anti-choice legislators who push a radical agenda to criminalize abortion and punish the women of Alabama and Missouri and Georgia and Mississippi and my home state of Texas. And they will not stop until they have taken over the whole country. We stand together to call out politicians who talk so much about life but don't seem to care about the lives of more than half of the population, or children dying in the custody of ICE, or millions of Americans denied life-saving health care. We stand together to hold fast to what's at stake: our lives, our safety, our families, our freedom, our future. We see women and families living in fear that their most important critical decisions could land them or their doctors in prison. We see women of color, women with little in their bank account, the LGBTQ and non-gender conforming people already facing obstacles, those living in far-flung parts of our country who are always the first to face harm, who confront disparities to begin with and are left with nowhere else to turn. We see the women who are told rape doesn't matter, or their lives don't matter, or their health doesn't matter. Let me say loud and clear: you matter. We matter. Each and every person here and across the country, I see our fear, and I challenge us all to turn it into righteous outrage. We are the fighters who refuse to back down. We know what we're up against. These anti-choice forces are coming for women, they're coming for doctors, and they're coming for Roe. They've been trying to stealthily take our reproductive freedoms for decades, using lies and disinformation to vilify us, knowing nothing about who we are and the decisions we face. And they're now looking at the Supreme Court with glee, with the likes of Kavanaugh and Gorsuch sitting on the bench. That's why it's so important that we stand together here, as well as around the country, where we banded together to block Kavanaugh's ascension to this court. They called us hysterical then. Look where we are now. They thought we would go away, but here we are. They know they are on the wrong side of history and the wrong side of politics. They're counting on us to back down, to submit and stay silent and accept subjugation. But they don't know us. We are a united and fearless movement. We are the 7 in 10 majority who believes in reproductive freedom and justice. We are the America they refuse to see, the America of equality, of independence, of liberty and justice, for women, for girls, for people of color, for all. We were made for this moment, and we have a plan to do what we do best: organize, activate, get out the vote, deliver the message a friend of mine, Senator Jen Jordan of Georgia, said recently. Women will reclaim our rights right after we reclaim your seats. Show up, not just on this day of action, but every single day until our clear majority retakes our country and remakes the future for women, for families, for all of America. We are the ones we are waiting for. Let's get to work.
We are so excited as our next speaker to have a freshman congresswoman who is among the most amazing champions for this issue. She has been fighting since she was on the Boston City Council. Please help me welcome Ayanna Pressley.
truth to be the justice democracy. And as one of those truth tellers, let me give you a quick history lesson. This nation was built on the backs and grown in the wombs of women, and our rights are not up for debate.
even born when Roe v. Wade came into law out there, you young women. I don't think anyone thought we were going to have this debate again, but we are right in the middle of this debate because these guys think they're going to take women's health care backward, and are we going to let them? We are not. This is a systematic attack on our health care. They started by trying to defund Planned Parenthood, right? Then they move into trying to repeal the Affordable Health Care Act and that ban on pre-existing conditions. And now, in Alabama and Georgia, they try to completely ban the right to abortion. Are we going to let them? We are not. This is a matter, my friends, of civil rights. This is a matter of people's rights. We cannot allow them to move this country backwards. This is not going to happen. And you know who's with us? The American people are with us. 73% of the public do not want to reverse Roe v. Wade. The majority of Americans do not want to put doctors in prison for 99 years. And the people of America do not want to tell a college student, oh, you were raped, but you have no choice in deciding what to do about a pregnancy. Do they want to do that? They do not. This is so extreme. It is something we would never thought that we would see in our lifetime, but we have. And my friends, we are gathered here today with these great leaders like Senator Blumenthal and we are
have work to do on the gradual erosion, the chipping away, the slow motion overturning of Roe v. Wade. Let's not take our eye off the ball. Any restriction on women's reproductive rights is too much, unconstitutional, morally repugnant, unnecessary, and immoral.